Why? What's up, Rich Squad? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dominic Rich, and if you're new around here, consider hitting the subscribe button and click the little bell to become part of the notification squad. Okay, could somebody please cue up the UEFA Europa League anthem for me, please? You know, this was not the anthem. Just cue up the anthem for me. So guys, in this video, I'm going to do something a little different than all the rest people on YouTube, okay? I'm going to do a recap of match day 6 of the Europa League. Then I'm going to do reaction to my Europa League predictions at the same time. And then I'm going to give you my dream round of 32 matchups. The 16 teams who are going to come up versus the other 16 teams. So sit back, grab some popcorn, you know, select your favorite beverage and just enjoy. So let's get into this video, okay? Europa League match day 6. It was intense. It was actually tighter than the Champions League match day 6 because with the Champions League, there was only one spot left up for grabs. But with the Europa League, it was still tight. So let's get into this Europa League frenzy right about now. So I'll be going from my phone, you know, I'm not going to be memorizing everything, of course. And we're just going to go through each group, talk about the games, you know, and react to my predictions as we go along. So let's start from A, guys. In A, Bayer Leverkusen topped the group, 13 points. The German team, very, very awesome. FC Zurich of Switzerland came in second on 10 points. Wait. Gotta clear my throat a bit. In third, we had AEK Larnaca FC of Cyprus. They came third, and Ludogorets came fourth. I don't know what's going on. What's going on with my throat? Oh. But anyways, my predictions were as follows. I predicted Bayer Leverkusen to top the group and Ludogorets to come in second. So at least I got the Bayer Leverkusen part right. But, you know, the Ludogorets, they actually came dead last in the group. Zurich of Switzerland, they came in second. Awesome job to them. Prove me wrong. And, you know, they qualified for the round of 32. Not a lot of people probably predicted them to make it to the knockout phase, but they did so. So let's talk about the match day 6 fixtures before we move on to Group B. So we had Leverkusen defeating AEK Larnaca 5-1. What a thrashing. That was amazing. If we want to go through and check, you know, who scored these goals, let's do that real fast. Okay, so we had Core scoring in the 28th and the 68th minute, and then Alario scored a penalty in the 41st and the 86th, and we had Paulinho scoring in the 78th. But this game wasn't always 5-1 because when Core scored, he actually equalized. AEK Larnaca opened the scoring to David Katala in the 26th minute. So AEK Larnaca, they were leading only for 2 minutes, and then Leverkusen run away with the game. Awesome job by the German outfit, and they are into the round of 32, and they will fancy themselves, you know, as one of the favorites to win this competition. Ludogorets and FC Zurich played to a 1-1 draw. Not so exciting like the Bayer Leverkusen AEK Larnaca fixture. In this game, we had Raphael Foster scoring an own goal in the 21st minute, and then Sver Skov, I can't even say his name, scored an equalizer in the first minute of the first half extra time. So 1-1, and you know, Zurich picked up a very, 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 very valuable point there. They would have gone through regardless because they already qualified on, you know, match day 5. But it was a, you know, a thing with who would gain top spot, whether it will be Bayer Leverkusen or Zurich. So let us move on to Group B. I will get to the, you know, dream matchups at the end of it all. This video might be quite long, so please sit back and enjoy and be patient. So, Group B, Salzburg of Austria topping it, 18 points, a perfect 18 points, guys. 6 wins in 6 awesome stuff. And for those of you guys who doubted Salzburg, in your face, called them a plastic team, in your face, you know. And I did predict Salzburg to top this group. Coming in second, Celtic with 9 points. RB Leipzig in third with 7 points. And Rosenborg, a team from Norway, I think, 1 point. Well, I did predict Salzburg and Leipzig, the 2 Red Bull teams, to make it to the round of 32, but Celtic, Brendan Rodgers' Celtic, came through and they took that spot from Leipzig. Leipzig has been awful. They missed out on Champions League qualification, and now they missed out on the round of 32. So let's look at the match day 6 fixtures before we move on to Group C. It's quite a bit of groups to go through, guys. I think there's 12 groups, so we have to run through these groups very fast. So Celtic actually lost 2-1 to Salzburg. And even though they lost, they had to depend on the other result for their survival. And we will get to the other result right now. So Celtic 1, Salzburg 2. Salzburg winning 6-6. I just want to take a look at who scored the goals in this match. So, De Boer, Menace De Boer, the Israeli international, scored again, and he has to be the player of the group stage, for sure, for sure. He has been on fire since the Champions League playoffs, and he did well for Israel in the UEFA Nations League as well, and now, you know, he's just continuing his great form. Then we had Gulbranson scoring the second goal in the 78th minute, and Necham scored a goal for Celtic late in the match, in the dying embers of the match. I'm probably not saying his name right. I didn't even say probably right either. So let's move on to the next fixture, which ended 1-1 between Leipzig and Rosenborg. Like, Leipzig, they were dependent on a win to go through, and they end up only pulling off a draw at home. You know what I'm saying? At home, not even on the road, at home in front of their fans. So, Cunha scored the goal in the 47th minute, and then Regenhusen scored the equalizer late in the 86th minute to break Leipzig hearts. So, they will no longer take part in European competitions this season. They have to come better next season under their new boss, Julian Nagelsmann. So, for those of you guys who don't know that, Julian Nagelsmann, the current Hoffenheim manager, will take over that club next season. So we have Salzburg and Celtic moving on to the round of 32. Group C, guys. FC Zenit, 11 points. Slavia Praha, 10 points, are the teams going through to the round of 32. Bordeaux, third, 7 points, and Copenhagen on last in the group, 5 points. I did predict Zenit to top the group and Slavia Praha to come in second. So let me give myself a round of applause right there for my predictions. Awesome, awesome stuff, Mr. Dominic Rich. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's run through the match day 6 fixtures real fast. So Slavia Praha defeated Zenit 2-0 today. And they still can, you know, pip them to the top spot. I'm saying today like it's not today. I'm doing this video, you know, ahead. It was not done on Thursday on the match day, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. So, Jmahal scored in the 32nd minute and Stock scored in the 41st to give Slavia Praha a very convincing 2-0 win at home. Zenit seems like they did not travel well on that day. So the next fixture, Bordeaux and Copenhagen. The group was really tight going into match day 6, and you know, Bordeaux with a win still did not qualify. They defeated Copenhagen 1-0, but still wasn't enough to clinch a round of 32 place. So in this game we had Briand scoring the lone goal in the 73rd minute, and Copenhagen failed to reply. So we have Zenit and Slavia Praha of the Czech Republic going through to the round of 32. So let us move on to Group D, which is my group, Dinamo Zagreb's group, and Dinamo Zagreb topped the group, 14 points, 4 wins, 2 draws, unbeaten in the group phase. Awesome stuff. I just hope they can continue this great form, in the round of 32. Fenerbahce came in second on 8 points. We had Spartak Trnava of the Slovakia. I was about to say the Czech Republic. Slovakia coming in third on 7 points. And Anderlecht fourth with 3 points. Disappointing because I predicted Anderlecht to top this group and for Dinamo to come in second because I did not want to jinx Dinamo. So they actually still topped the group, and Anderlecht, they really let me down this season. They really let me down. It seems like they are a team on the down and not a team on the up because they always sell their best players. It's like a feeder club. So Dinamo versus Anderlecht, it ended in a 0-0 draw, and Spartak Trnava defeated Fenerbahce 1-0. I did not watch the Spartak Trnava Fenerbahce because I was watching the Dinamo and Anderlecht. Dinamo should have won that game, but Anderlecht, they came out and they defended well, but still, it's a great achievement by Dinamo Zagreb, achieving their first ever knockout stage advancement since Croatia's independence back in the early 90s. In the Spartak Trnava versus Fenerbahce fixture, Spartak Trnava won the game 1-0 with Yilmaz scoring in the 41st minute. This can't be Burak Yilmaz at all because he's from Turkey. So Yilmaz, that's a Turkish name. So let me see which Yilmaz. Okay, it's Kubilay Yilmaz. He is probably, he's Austrian actually. So he is not Turkish, or else, he would have been banned from coming back to Turkey right there. So great stuff by, Spartak Trnava. They look like a good team, but they have to come better next year, because they're out of European competitions. So guys, let's move on to Group C. Dinamo and Fenerbahce into the round of 32. So we will move on to Group C. Congrats to the team I'm backing, Dinamo Zagreb. I said Group C, right? Group E. I don't know what's going on with me, man. The fact that we have so many groups to go through, it's like messing with my mind, But Group E, guys. Group E. Arsenal topping the group, 16 points. We have Sporting Club de Portugal, or Sporting CP, they came in second on 13 points. Volksla of Ukraine third, 3 points, and Karabakh of Azerbaijan. Karabakh of Azerbaijan came in fourth on 3 points too. I predicted Arsenal and Karabakh should go through with Arsenal topping the group. So I've been predicting a few right so far, But, some of them I really messed up, like the Karabakh one. Karabakh came last in the group, just like Anderlecht did. So, not good at all. Not good judgment on my behalf. But, on match day 6, Arsenal defeated Karabakh 1-0, courtesy of an early goal by Alexandre Lacazette, the Calypso boy, of course. He's from Guadeloupe, an island in the Caribbean, if you guys don't know. And Sporting CP defeated Volksla 3-0. It seems like Sporting CP has gotten over their crisis. All their players, left last season for different clubs. So seems like they have gotten over that. Awesome stuff. So Montero scored in the 17th minute. Then Miguel Luis in the 35th. And then Dalku scored an own goal in the 44th. And Sporting are through to the round of 32. Sporting fans must be happy, and they're probably fancying their, chances of actually winning this thing. I doubt they will, but good luck anyway. So, guys, let's move on to Group F. Real Betis topping the group, 12 points. Awesome stuff by Betis. And Olympiacos coming in second, pipping AC Milan to that spot. And there was some controversy over that game. I saw an article where, an AC Milan top guy said something about if VAR was involved, Olympiacos would have never, won the game. But anyways, they won the game versus AC Milan and they're through to the round of 32. So AC Milan had 10 points. Olympiacos had 7 and they came back, caught them, beat them on head-to-head, and they're through to the round of 32. Awesome stuff by Olympiacos right there. AC Milan, I can't say the same because they spent a lot of money and I don't know, there's no results. There's no results. You know what I'm saying? They need to show for all that money they invested in the team. They invested a lot of money in the team. I'm telling you, Higuain, Ricardo Rodriguez, we had Frank Kessié, they brought in Çalhanoğlu, and I know I'm missing a lot of big players, Bonucci was over there. He went back to Juventus. He's like, I can't take this shit. This shit is not going to work. And, AC Milan is just in a whole heap of shambles right now. So, in the games, matchday 5 fixtures, Betis and Dudlong played to a 0-0 draw, and Olympiacos defeated AC Milan 3-1. In this game, guys, we had Cisse scoring a 60-minute goal for Olympiacos, and then Duvan Zapata scored an own goal in the 70th minute, and then he scored a goal for AC Milan in the 72nd. But Fortuna scored from the spot in the 81st, and Olympiacos held on for a comfortable win in the end. And congratulations to Olympiacos because they are the only Greek team left in European competition this season, because PAOK and AEK Athens have been knocked out of the Europa League and the Champions League respectively. So congratulations to Olympiacos on that achievement. I predicted Betis to top the group, which they did, and AC Milan to come in second, which they almost did. But, Olympiacos, they had to sneak in and, take that spot. So awesome stuff by Olympiacos there. At least I got the Betis one right, because that one, who would have predicted Betis to top this group? But anyways, let's move on to Group G. Villarreal topping the group, 10 points. Rapid Vienna coming in second, 10 points. Rangers third, 6 points. Sorry, Steven Gerrard. And Spartak Moscow last in the group, 5 points. Awful stuff. They're really missing Quincy Promes there. Really missing them. I predicted Villarreal to top the group and Rangers to come in second, but they came in third. And Steven Gerrard is calling for some money to sign some actual, impact players, which, he want to do in the January transfer window and the summer transfer window. So good luck, for the rest of the season and next Steven Gerrard and Rangers, Hopefully, you do well. For the matchday 6 fixtures in Group G, Rapid Vienna defeated Rangers 1-0 to break their hearts. Rangers needed a win and they failed to do so. A draw, I think, would have done it because Rapid Vienna ended on 10 points, which they were on 7. Rangers ended on 6. 1 point may have done it for them, but, a late 84-minute goal by Lubicic, broke the hearts of Steven Gerrard and his boys. So Rapid Vienna qualifies as runners-up from Group G. So not so good in his first season in European football as a manager. Remember, he's a Champions League winning manager with Liverpool, and I think he did win the Europa League playing for Liverpool as well. In the other game, guys, Villarreal defeated Spartak Moscow 2-0. Spartak Moscow, they haven't played well this season in the Europa League. Last season, they didn't play well in the Champions League, and, they need to get their act together. But in this game, Chakwi scored in the 11th minute, and Ikambi scored in the 48th minute. Ikambi has been in really good form for Villarreal, and the Cameroonian continues to impress. So awesome stuff, Villarreal. Good luck in the round of 32. So now we move on to Group H, where we have Eintracht Frankfurt topping the group with 6 wins in 6, a perfect 18 points. I didn't predict them to top the group, so let me give them a round of applause. They deserve it, man. They have been awesome this season under their new manager. I don't even know his name. All I know is Niko Kovac left for Bayern Munich. I have to look into, Eintracht Frankfurt's manager though. Shame on me. Lazio came in second, 9 points. Imagine that, 9 points. And Eintracht got 18. So they did really, really good this season. That's an understatement. Apollon Limassol third, 7 points. And Marseille last in the group, 1 point. Last season finalist. And it's been an appalling campaign this time around. I predicted Lazio to top the group and Marseille to come in second. I did not even predict freaking Frankfurt to even qualify for the round of 32, and look at what they did. Them, along with Salzburg, has been the best teams in the Europa League this season with a perfect 18 points. No team in the Champions League got a perfect 18 points, but these two teams did so. So awesome job. Let's take a look at the match day 6 fixtures real quick before we move on to the next group. So we had Frankfurt defeating Lazio 2-1 on the road, and let's take a look at who scored the goals. So in this match we had Correa scoring the first goal for Lazio, but then Gashinovic scored an equalizer for Frankfurt in the 65th minute, and then Haller scored the winner in the 71st minute. Haller, the Frenchman, has been a revelation at that club. Before this season, I never even heard his name, so he has been awesome. Let's give him a round of applause. Maybe a bigger club will pick him up, or I think he should just stay there and, shine. Because you move to a bigger club and then you warm the bench. You know what I'm saying? Think about, a guy like Alexis Sanchez or a guy like Fred, who should have came to City, and they're snakes and good things never happen to snakes. But let us move on to the next fixture, which is between Marseille and Apollon Limassol, and a fixture that Marseille should have won. They lost it 3-1. Terrible. Whoever is managing Marseille deserves to get sacked. Isn't Rudy Garcia still managing Marseille? Wasn't he managing Marseille recently? But, I haven't really been paying too much attention to the league on, and, I lost track of who's managing some of these teams. But in this game, Maglitsa opened the scoring for Apollon in the 8th minute through a penalty, and then Florian Thauvin equalized in the 11th minute. Maglitsa scored again in the 30th minute, and then Stylianou scored a third goal in the 56th minute to give Apollon a well-deserved win and just put the final nail in Marseille's coffin. So awesome stuff there by Apollon Limassol, ending on 7 points. So this means they probably defeated, the first game between them and Marseille ended in a draw, because they picked up 2 wins and 1 draw. So awesome stuff. So let us move on to Group I. In Group I, Genk of Belgium topped that group, 11 points. Malmö of Sweden second, 9 points. Beşiktaş of Turkey third, 7 points. And Sarpsborg of Norway, I think, last in the group, 5 points. So in this group, I predicted Beşiktaş to top the group and Malmö to come in second. But Genk ended up topping the group. Malmö did come in second, so at least I got that one right. And sorry, Genk, for, underestimating you. And Beşiktaş, man, they must be regretting signing Luis Karius, because I'm sure he's the reason why they did not qualify for the round of 32. I'm only kidding with that, though. Everyone is to be blamed, not only Karius, whose career might be all but over. He will never play for another, top club like Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? So after the Champions League final horror, he's done. He is done. So let's take a look at the match day 6 fixtures before we move on to the next group. Genk defeated Sarpsborg 4-0. What a thrashing. Wow. So, in this game, we had Gano. We had 4 different scorers. Gano scored in the 3rd minute, Paint still in the 5th, Burge in the 64th, and Aidu in the 67th. Sarpsborg failed to reply. So, Genk into the round of 32. Malmö defeated Beşiktaş on the road 1-0. Like, you're at home and you can't even pick up the victory that will put you into the round of 32, man. Awful stuff. And Malmö pipped them to that spot. So, Antonsen scored the game's only goal in the 51st minute. So, Beşiktaş, man. Frustrating as a Beşiktaş fan. You must be frustrated. So let us move on to the next group, which is Group J. We have Sevilla FC topping up Group 12 points. Krasnodar coming in second on 12 points. And in third, Standard Liège 10 points, and fourth, Akhisar with 1 single point. From Group J, I predicted Sevilla and Standard Liège to make it through, but Sevilla and Krasnodar were the ones to make it to the round of 32. Let's take a look at the matchday 6 results before we move on. So, on matchday 6, Sevilla defeated Krasnodar 3-0. That was a very, very awesome victory right there to just cap off the group and to stamp the authority, on the competition, because they're one of the teams who I think are up there to actually win it. They have won it 3 times in a row under Unai Emery, and no doubt they could do it again. So in this game, Wissam Ben Yedder scored in the 5th and the 10th minute, and then Ever Banega put away a penalty in the 49th, but Krasnodar still made it to the round of 32. If they won this game, they would have ended up topping the group. So even a draw, they would have ended up topping the group. So Sevilla actually caught them back on 12 points with this win. So they must be ruined the fact that they couldn't at least pick up a draw. In the other game, Akhisar and Standard Liège played to a 0-0 draw. Guillermo Ochoa, the Mexican international goalkeeper, plays for Standard Liège. And I think that guy might be a bad luck charm though. He's been moving around different clubs over the past few years, and it hasn't been good for the clubs he's been playing for. Didn't one of his clubs get relegated? He was playing for Malaga and they got relegated. I don't think it's him, but I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know what's going on. Who knows? Standard Liège might actually win the title in Belgium this season. Or they might just not do it. So let us move on to Group K. If you're Mexican and you're watching this right now, man, don't feel no way. But Group K, Dinamo Kyiv topped the group 11 points. Rennes or Stade Rennais second 9 points. Astana third 8 points, barely missing out. And Jablonec fourth 5 points. I predicted Kyiv and Astana to go through, but Stade Rennais just barely crept through to take that second spot to the round of 32. So let's take a look at the matchday 6 fixtures before we move on to the last group, which is Group L, and then I get into my dream round of 32 draws. So matchups. So in matchday 6 fixtures, Rennes defeated Astana 2-0 to pick them to that second place to get the round of 32 spot. So Astana, the team from Kazakhstan, should be kicking themselves right now. So in this game, I think that's Ismaila Sarr, scored a brace in the 68th and 73rd minute. He's a young player from Senegal who I have always admired since the first time I saw him and I played with him in FIFA 16. So awesome stuff by Rennes, just snatching that second place from Astana. So in the next fixture, Jablonec actually defeated Dinamo Kyiv 1-0. So Kyiv, I think they were already on top of the group, and Jablonec, got a win on the road too with Doljal scoring the only goal in the 10th minute. So awesome stuff by Jablanek. So yes, Kyiv was already through, top in the group. So I guess they just, rotated their squad. Jablanek picked up their first win of the group phase. So let us move on to the last group. Chelsea top in the group, 16 points, unbeaten throughout the group phase. Bate Borisov coming in second despite losing 3 matches. Vidi FC third, 7 points. I wanted Vidi to go through. I actually predicted Chelsea and Vidi to go through. The Hungarian team almost did so. They had a really, really good home record. I don't think they lost any games at home. And PAOK, man, I'm really disappointed in PAOK. They are fourth in the group on 3 points. So on the matchday 6 fixtures, Bate Borisov defeated PAOK 3-1 at the Tumba Stadium. And the Greek fans were saying, PAOK don't lose at the Tumba Stadium, and they have been losing every freaking game there versus Chelsea, versus Bate. And I can't remember how the game went versus Vidi, but anyways, it's not important. In this game, we had Stavish scoring in the 18th minute for Bate, and then Signevich scored in the 42nd minute, and in the 45th minute again. It was 3-0 at halftime. And then Prijovic was able to pull one back in the 59th minute for PAOK, and they're out of European competition this season. The game between Chelsea and Vidi FC, I actually saw that game just before I watched the Dinamo versus Anderlecht game, and Vidi really, really represented well. They could have won that game, but I think they were very, very unlucky not to do so. Chelsea actually scored the first goal in this match when Vidi gave away a free kick just outside the box, and Willian, man, his free kick prowess is on point. He stepped up, he scored. 2 minutes later, Vidi FC equalized through a Ethan Ampadu own goal, and then guess what? Vidi went 2-1 up through Nego's goal, which was a really good goal. But then again, they made another big mistake, giving away a free kick just outside the box, which Olivier Giroud stepped up to dispatch beautifully, and Chelsea, bagged 1 point and saved themselves from embarrassment for, losing versus Vidi FC, a team who just came out of obscurity. Never heard of the team before this season. So awesome campaign by Vidi, and good luck next season. You did well. You represented Hungary well, and maybe this is a, rebirth of Hungarian football. They did really well in the UEFA Nations League as well. So who knows what will happen. Guys, now it's time to give you my ideal, my, dream round of 32 matchups. Arsenal, I'm going to do it in alphabetical order with the seeded teams. So Arsenal, I'm going to put them versus Shakhtar Donetsk, coming down from the Champions League. I think that will be a really good test for Arsenal. If they're looking to win the tournament, they have to be tested, and a team like Shakhtar will really, really test them. Then Bayer Leverkusen of Germany, I'm going to put them up against Fenerbahce. Germany versus Turkey, nothing political, but I just think that will be a feisty clash, and, it will really test Bayer Leverkusen, and Fenerbahce will see, what metal they are made of. Then Benfica of Portugal, a seeded team coming down from the Champions League, one of the best third place finishes. I'm going to put them up against Malmö of Sweden. That will be a nice matchup, right? Then Chelsea of England, I'm going to put them up against a very, very tricky team to play, and that's Victoria Pilsen of the Czech Republic, coming down from the Champions League. They really, tested Roma, defeating them, and tested Real Madrid as well. So they will give Chelsea a really, really good test. Then Dinamo Zagreb, Croatia, the team I'm supporting. The dream draw I would love for Dinamo will play, Zurich of Switzerland. That will be a really, really good, matchup for me. That's the team who I want them to pick. Then Dinamo Kyiv of Ukraine, I'm going to put them up against Sporting CP. I think that will be a great clash. Then Eintracht Frankfurt, the team on fire, versus Galatasaray. Another Germany versus Turkey, right? So that will be a really, really good game. Then Genk of Belgium, I'm going to put them up against Celtic. We don't know where that one will go, but Celtic would fancy themselves versus a team like Genk. Then Inter, I'm going to put them up against Bate Borisov. That will be a good test for Inter. I think Bate will really give them a run for their money. Then Napoli, I'm going to put them up against Slavia Praha. Another team I think will give Napoli a run for their money. And then Real Betis versus Club Brugge or Club Brugge. So, we don't know where that one will go, but the way Betis is playing this season, I think they should win that game. And then we have Salzburg of Austria, the team on fire. I'm going to put them up against Olympiacos, the only Greek team left in European competitions this season. So that will be a good game. Then Sevilla versus Rennes. I think Sevilla are the favorite, but Rennes will give them a run for their money. Then Valencia, I'm going to put them up against FC Krasnodar, the Russian team. Then Villarreal versus Lazio. That's a good clash. Just like I saw a game Villarreal versus Lazio last season. I'm not sure. But the last match will be Zenit St. Petersburg versus Rapid Vienna. Guys, the draw is coming up soon. And after the draw, I'll give you my, reaction to the draw and my predictions for the round of 32. But I only wanted to share with you my dream matchups for the round of 32. When the draw is done, I'm going to see if I get any right. If I do get any right, that will be crazy. I did it for the Champions League, so go check out that video if you wish. But I just wanted to cover, the last match day of the Europa League and to give the Europa League some well-needed attention. Nobody really, talk about the Europa League on YouTube like that. But this season, I wanted to make a difference and just talk about every single match day. But guys, it's going to get easier from now on. We are now down to 32 teams from 48. So it's going to get easier. Then we're down to 16. So it's like a reward. The harder you work, the easier things get. So if you're getting to the end of this video right now, share your thoughts in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. And until next time, cue up the Europa League anthem for me, please. Cue it up. It should have already been queued up though. Peace out. Rich Squad.